Hi, Chanel here from Future Fashion Designers. I just got back from Nashville. I went with my husband who was going on a fraternity homecoming party. So I went a day early and thought I'd check out the fashion scene there, see what fashionpreneurs were in town, and see what I could do about setting up some interviews for my membership site. So before I went, I researched some schools, wanted to see what schools were there, and didn't have a lot of luck. There was an Omar art school, fashion school kind of thing, and I drove about 30 miles south of Nashville on a rainy Friday and went up there, and really cool property, open. The door was locked though, but they were closed. And this is odd, but I did read they got bought by somebody, so I'm wondering if they're in transition, but I was bummed out because it looked like it would be a really cool place. Then I went to another little shop coming back up towards Nashville, Marguerite's, I believe, little sewing school, and it said 20 years in business, a cute little cottage sewing school, pretty cute. They were closed. So I was like, okay, got a picture of the front. Then I went to I actually had an appointment for a tour for a company called Elizabeth Suzanne, and they were so wonderful. They emailed me right back and met me at the front and took me on a tour, 30 minutes, about a 30-minute tour. Young lady named Alexandra, and she took me around to see the different stations of this whole company running in Nashville that does all their clothes made in America. I was so excited. I was like, wow. So started with the front of their place and their community room. And they have about, I'm guessing, 20 employees. They have a whole list of all their employees. It could be more. This young lady, Elizabeth Suzanne, she's 28 years old. She started the company when she's 23, selling clothes on Etsy and bringing attention to it from Instagram. And they don't spend any money on marketing or advertising. I was just floored. I spend a lot of money on advertising. Got to get better with that social media. So she sells the designs, and each garment is sewn right there, and it's not pieced out. There's a sewer for each garment. They have cubicles where they have their own set up their own little station, and they do like 40 hours a week, and it's flexible. They could do 10 hours one day, 5 hours another, and it's a really great way to run a company. I was amazed. And then they had a big cutting area. I think that was bigger than the sewing area, and because if you don't cut your garments out right, then they kind of aren't going to be successful pieces. So cutting is really important. They had that all there. Then they had a packing station, order station, a big loft up on the top. That was really pretty, and they had all the samples up there. Really, really great. So Elizabeth and her husband Chris are the masterminds behind it, and I was just amazed to see a fashionpreneur right there in Nashville and made in America. Their fabrics are natural fibers, I believe, made in China, but brought over really good. They wash and dry everything to make sure the shrinkage doesn't happen when you have it, and really great. So look them up, and there's a lot of information on their website with blogs if you want to check out anything, like how she started, what her thoughts are, all that kind of stuff. So great fashionpreneur research right there at your fingertips. So then I left there, I went into Nashville, and at the lunch hour, and this is the chaos I found. Honky Tonk Central. It's like Vegas. Somehow, there's a pedal cab, Mike. Pedal Tavern. Somehow I was just driving along and I ended up in downtown. There's a pedal cab. No wonder the traffic is so bad. Wow. first I had a few designers to look for, and they were Amanda Valentine, was on the other side of town, and she was a contestant on Project Runway in 2014, and that was the year I auditioned for it, and I didn't get on. So I auditioned on a Saturday, and then Sunday I got a movie. I ended up going to Atlanta to do a movie called The Sunday Horse. So I always remember 2014 really well. It was a really fast-paced thing, so I always thought every time I would audition for Project Runway, I'd get a movie. So it's kind of the magic part. So I think I'm going to do that again this spring. So I think it's time for a movie. Amanda Valentine, really creative garments, and but she was closed. So I actually didn't go there. I drove by her studio and in a really creative arts center. Really looked great, but cold, rainy Friday, and everybody closes up on rainy Fridays. Then I went down the other part of town, and I went to Kavanaugh Baker, and I had checked her out before I went to Nashville, and loved her website. She had just done a big photo shoot in the New York Fashion Week, and great designs, photos. Just really enjoyed looking at that, so you might want to check that out. And she was closed. So I actually got to call her and see if I can interview her for my membership site on that one. She looks like she does a lot of beautiful gowns, and looks really fun. So where else did I go after that? Wrote a note here. Oh, that's right. I was on my way to pick up Mike at the airport, and I drove past a Goodwill, and yay. And I thought, I'm gonna turn around. I had a little bit of time left, and I always like to find stuff to upcycle it in different towns, and usually like to find more creative places at Goodwill, but that's kind of all I found there. I didn't look really hard actually, but I found, so I went in and I found a few pieces I brought home. I found these shorts by J. Crew, and I'm gonna upcycle them. There's not a whole lot of fabric to do anything with, but I thought just kind of maybe getting fabric pens and coloring them and adding some pom-poms or something fun in the yoke kind of thing. So I'm gonna upcycle those very soon. And then I found this skirt, cute little white skirt, and I was just intrigued by it. I thought I got some ideas for this one, but what was really important was this tag, and it says Severe Skirts, made in Nashville, Tennessee. And I thought, I didn't see that one on my quest of designers in town. So as soon as I got home, I checked out Severe Skirts, and it turns out it's a woman named Suzanne again, Susan or Severe, and she started in 2004, and she customizes skirts online. I think she goes around the country on a measurement tour and measures her clients and gets a good pattern for them, and then they just look on the website and find fabrics that they love. She has a great array of fabrics there, and great skirts. So this was like the basic one, and then they have ones with more of an A-line and a little bit of flow to them, and little, you know, all kind of stemmed from the basic shape, and then a little simple design. So wonderful fabrics, and I was like, this is amazing, and I didn't see her anywhere in my search. So I have to go back to Nashville and go check her out, and then try and get some appointments. And I don't think I'm going to go on a Friday. I have to pick like the middle of the week and see if any of these guys are available to meet and introduce to you guys. So that was my trip to Nashville. If you go there, definitely check out some designers. Call me, and I'll help you out with where they're at. I got to know Nashville pretty well in one day. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.